So, how is your homework going?
I didn't do my homework,
Oh, that's okay.
but I will this week. I will. And I did put sticky notes around to remind myself. I just didn't do it.
It's okay. Hey, the beautiful thing about this homework is you don't really get a grade.
Right.
We've
Although I'm
said enough.
sure I would benefit from doing it, but I just didn't. I don't have an
Yeah,
excuse. I just didn't.
no, and that's fine. It's just planting the seed and being gentle in the process of creating, a new thing. And you're already creating some great new habits. So that's really what it's about, is just the intention of, waking up and doing something good for yourself each and every day till it becomes like it's brushing your teeth. That's the plan. But life happens too, right? So, how are you feeling as far as, do you have any requests of what you would like to do today?
I know I'm having some pain in my lower back. Um, I don't have I don't have a lot of disc material left down there,
Uh-huh.
and and um and the bones are. Let me just grab something real quick. Okay.
Oh, of course. So while you do that, I'm just going to read the thought of the day, just because there'll be other people who will be listening to this recording. So good morning, everyone. I am Danielle Sangeeta. I am teaching Bounty and Soul class today with my lovely assistant here, Ruby. She always seems to want to hang out with me when I'm teaching yoga, and she often hangs out with me when I'm doing massage, if people like cats. So my lovely assistant will be joining today to show off the cuteness in this video. So here's a wonderful and beautiful saying for today, which, is always nice. One thing that I try to practice each and every day are 3 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And there's days where it just flows out. I have so many things to be grateful for. And then sometimes it's really, really hard to come up with something because maybe it's just been a hard day or a hard week. So that challenges you to really think about what you are grateful for. And I try not to say the same things every day, which is even more challenging. I try to make sure that I think of other things that I'm grateful for. So it's a nice practice. It's a simple practice. It's a great way to see your day already as half full instead of like half empty, which in these challenging times, it gets hard. There's days where it gets hard to be like, what is like how is my glass half full today, with everything that goes on. Even if you don't watch the news a lot, you can still feel the energy and the heaviness of people and events in life. So
may I interject something here for a second?
Yeah.
So in practicing finding things to be grateful for, we're training our brains, like literally physiologically training our brains to look for good things. So if a person is, always complaining, their brain is trained to look for things to complain about.
Right.
And I think it's important. It can just begin this way by finding 3 things to be grateful for. And over time, that neural pathway of gratitude will get deeper and wider and deeper and wider.
Yes, I agree. It is. It's neuroplasticity, and we are trying to mold our thoughts into a more positive way. And that's such a simple practice. It could be just so simple like water, that we take for granted, but having running water, having a roof over our head, remembering just how fortunate we really are in this country with all of that's going on, that we are blessed, even in the darkest of times, that we truly are blessed to have what we have where other countries just don't, and we don't think about it because it's just always been in our field.
And that how many of these people that have less than us, less than we do, have such better attitudes,
Oh yeah. I
just
think
beautiful attitudes.
I saw a document. It was either called Happy. I think it was called Happy. And it was about, they did studies on where people are the happiest in this world. And it was, oh my God, what was the name of the country? Started with a B. I mean, I can't remember the name of the country, which is horrible. It'll come to me. But they were one of the poorest countries. I mean, they did not have a lot, but they were just so grateful each and every day. I want to say it's like Budapest or that they were just so happy. They were like the happiest people in the world, and they did not have a lot of riches. And it was their attitude, and that they were grateful every day for family, for what they did have. And it's like one of the happiest places in the world.
So I think also another aspect of that would be that gratitude is something that's culturally important to them. And so the society, the family, all of it supports gratitude and joy.
Yeah.
And I think in this nation, there's so many grumpy, ungrateful people that it's culturally acceptable to have that sort of an attitude. So
yeah. So let's
really
be grateful today.
I am. Woo, yes.
Woo-hoo. Okay. So here's the saying. You are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of you. So I like that. And so it is. Aho.
So when you asked about what to work on, I don't know if you can see this, but this is of my lower spine. Can you see that? How it's all jarbled and twisted and turned and crooked?
Yeah.
So it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any particular movement that doesn't feel good when you're doing yoga in your exploration?
Well, I have no arch in my back at all. Those bones, even though they're all crooked sideways, the profile view, it's straight. I think they call it military spine. So there's no arch there. So anything that can elongate and stretch that and help to promote an arch would be helpful for me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get some ideas then. And then you, again, if something, with yoga, if something doesn't feel good, don't push through it. Just listen to your body. And if you're like, we're doing a stretch and you're like, that does not feel good, either, lessen the stretch or, let me know and we'll modify it. It's really important not to push through. Yoga is not a harmful, exercise. And this theory that we have to like push through and poses and hold poses forever and like really, it's not what I subscribe to. So let's get in a nice comfortable seat. And let's begin by just simply, I like to start my practice with just some simple circles. So we're just slowly moving towards the right. And like we're creating at the core a spiral. And then the core goes out a little further. And a little further. And you can have your eyes open if you want or closed, just depending on if it gets like you get a little dizzy. Go slowly. And then begin to see if you can take it even a little bit further. Feel free to like let out a sigh as we move. Ah, we hold so much in our body we don't even realize sometimes. Good. And just one more big circle and then come back to center. Go ahead and let's bring our legs out for a stretch. Ah, yeah. Bring the arms up. And take that left arm down and bring that right arm over towards your ear and just a gentle stretch. We're not going deep. We're just opening up the body, opening up the back, the hamstrings. Inhale, come back up. Bring both arms up. Nice full breath. And then right arm to right leg, left arm over towards the ear. Oh. Come back up. And then go ahead and begin to walk the hands out slowly. Again, just waking the body up so we're not trying to go deep here. We're just trying to feel into the space, breathing in and out through the nose. And walk your hands back slowly. And we're going to bring our hands behind our back now. If you have a bolster, you can put your hands there or behind the bolster. Walk your hands behind your back. And then go ahead and
Is your microphone on?
there we go. It just skipped out. I'm telling you, unstable today. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Erin?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm here.
Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Can you see me? Ah.
Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't
That's
know
all
what's going
right.
on
It's
today.
okay. I just so appreciate you taking this time. I'm so grateful.
Well, let's try it a few more times. If it gets to be where it's just doing this often and I get kicked off, and I don't get back on, you'll know, or if I can't get back on, but let's just keep going with it.
All right.
And we'll do the best we can today, and I apologize. So go ahead, let's do that one more round then, since we kind of got a little so let's inhale, bring the arms up. And let's bring that arm to the side, right arm overhead towards your ear. And this time when we do this, we're gonna lift the rib cage up. And then we're gonna come back to center. Bring the other side.
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
I don't know. You hear me? This is gonna get really, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we are gonna try to do some live classes soon. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? We're gonna try to get some live classes.
Yeah. I thought we're doing a live class now.
Well, like live, like in person.
Oh, okay.
At some point, we're talking about even just, outside yoga. It would be outside and it would be distant. But all right, let's keep going. Let's see if like I said, if we get a couple more, it might just be like too frustrating. So
Okay.
let's switch our legs then. So we're going to switch our leg to the other side. So the leg you had in front, now we're going to put the opposite leg in front. And we're going to begin some rotation. Small circles. Simple circles. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Am I freezing up like you are?
Yes, but that's okay.
Okay. So again, as we're beginning to open up the circle a little more, opening up a little more. Good. One more big circle. Great. And then come back to center. Now I know you have some, you need to have a prop for your knees. So I'm going to get my prop, which is my blanket. And let's do a little bit more of this like stretching, lengthening. When you do cat-cow, does that feel okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's always a great one for kind of creating some arch. Hello. So if you're ready, trying to find a place to put my hand here without the cat. So get nice and allow the knees to come hip width apart. Then we're going to inhale, and then you work with the arch that you can provide for your body. Just a slight tilt of the pelvis up. And then exhale. And round the spine. Inhale. And exhale, round the spine. Few more, inhale. And exhale. Let everything just squeeze in. And then back to center. Now this time what I want to do is we're going to look over to the right. So we're going to look over to the right. And then I want you to bring your feet to the right. So you're kind of creating this C stretch in your spine. So your feet move just slightly to the right. You look back and you get a nice side stretch. Good. Come back to center. And let's do the opposite side. So now you're kind of moving your feet a little bit over to the left, looking at your left toes, creating that C stretch. Come back to center. And if you can sit back on your heels, try that into child's pose. Coming back into child. This is always a wonderful way to lengthen your spine. And let's hold that for a few moments as you begin to exhale a little bit deeper. Feeling the spine release. Then we're going to come back up into tabletop, and let's work with that downward facing dog that we were starting to do last week. So we're going to work on our homework together.
Okay.
So if you'd like to join me, remember you want your fingers to be nicely spread. You want them to be just a little bit above where your shoulders are. So you can see where your shoulders are if you're in tabletop, and then just move them slightly forward a little bit more. Curl the toes, and we're going to press back gently into downward facing dog. Oh, now that is one of the best spine lengthening stretches you can do. Allow the weight to be distributed into each finger. And then come back. Tabletop. Come back into child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right. So we're going to get that nice side stretch again. So your hands are coming over to the right as you're in child's pose, extended arms. Feel the left side of the body getting a great deep stretch. Come back to center. Because I kind of have a wonky knee right now, I've got more weight on my other knee, just shifting my weight. So it might look a little weird. And go walk over the hands to the left, stretching. Good. Come back to center. This time, let's come onto our forearms. So that's just like coming onto our forearms and grasping your fingers just to give you some extra support. So can you see what I'm doing here? I'm on my forearms. Okay. And then we're going to take our right leg back, curl the toes under, and we're going to just do a nice simple stretch. So the right leg is back. You're trying to allow that heel to come towards the earth. So stretching the calf, the hamstring, let the head hang gentle. So reminding us that sometimes the tightness in our back can come from tightness in our hamstrings. Good. Let me know if you can't follow any of my verbal cues, okay?
Okay.
Now we're going to take that right leg and we're going to bring the right leg over to the left side. And then you're going to look again over to your your right foot. So again, just that C stretch in a different way. And it becomes a little bit of a balancing too. Good. Come back to center. So bring the knee back to the other knee. Bring out the left leg. Curl the toes under. Stretch the heel. Sigh if you feel like you're holding any tension or tightness in your upper body or extra tension. Allow that heel to press back. And then bring it over to the opposite side. And a nice C stretch again here, along with the balancing. Good. Bring the knees back to center. And this time we're going to lift our torso up and come up into a kneeling position if this feels okay for you. For me, it feels okay, but it's wonky on that knee. So I'm going to take my bolster right now, place it in between, and that takes some of the pressure off of this knee. So if you ever do have knee issues and you have a bolster or a pillow that just lifts you up enough to take some of the compression off of your knee, that feels much better. Take a moment. Try to allow the spine to be long. Allow the palms to be face down on your quadriceps. And then roll the shoulders, bring them up towards your ears, back towards the back body, and down. Do that again. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. One more time. Up, back, and down. Notice where your head position is and bring your chin back towards your spine. Yeah. And if that's too much, feel free to, we're going to go back down into another down dog. So we're going to switch out of this position. Come back onto your hands and knees. I just like to give our wrists a little break. And let's begin to work with that pose again. Does that feel okay for you to do another round? I know we want to work on strengthening your arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So curling the toes and then coming back up again. Now this time in downward dog, I want you to just bend your right knee slightly. Just put a little bend in it so it shifts your weight and then allows that left leg to get a deeper stretch. And then go to the other side. Bending the left knee slightly, altering the weight. Puts a little bit more on your upper arms. Good. Come back down this time and then come all the way down flat on the ground. So now we have our torso on the mat. We have our forehead on the mat. We have our hands by our side. So what we're going to do next is Cobra. And you'll have to let me know, this is a great way to strengthen your back, but also let me know if that does not feel good, okay?
Okay.
If you haven't done this pose before and you want to watch a minute, have you done this pose before where Cobra is like this?
Oh yeah, I'm not really strong enough to do that, but I'll try.
Okay, so let's take it slower then, and let's take it so maybe we just work on this. You don't have to go all the way up, okay? But this is a great way so to strengthen your back. Again, if this doesn't feel comfortable, let me know. So let's do it in baby steps or smaller steps. So what we're gonna do is just work on, we're gonna inhale, just come up slightly. So you're not even really putting a lot of pressure on your hand. And then exhale, come down. Okay, inhale, I'm gonna just lift up a little bit. Breathe, exhale. Let the shoulders move away from your ears. So this time, let's do it this way, Erin. We're gonna bring our shoulders up, back, and down like we did just a minute ago. So your shoulders are already back behind you. And now lift up. Good, that looks better. And down, take a rest. So even those three little things, can you feel how that is working your lower back?
Yes.
Okay. So let the hands just like kind of fold in front of you and rest like one cheek down. So say your left cheek and just rest your back. Just let the hands support you like a pillow. Take a couple of nice deep breaths, sighing out. Good. Let's try a few more. Let's do another round of 3 of those. So bring your hands by your side, like right around your chest. So you have your palms face down. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, behind you and down. So that helps already. And now using your hands just as a support, not as part of the lift. And you can even press your feet, and pressing your feet helps lift you up a little bit. Good. Inhale, take a nice breath here. And exhale, fold down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, lift up. Relax the tension in your face if you have any, and release. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Press back into child's pose. This is always a great counter pose to do after you've done some. So just child's pose. You can bring your hands down by the side this time. Good. And then lift back up and come into a seated position for a moment, and let's just check in. How did that feel? As far as
Excellent.
okay, that didn't hurt your back or anything doing that pose?
Didn't hurt it. It feels like it's making it stronger, the arms and the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that's a really, excuse me, that is a great one to do. So let's combine those movements into a little bit of a sequence. So what we'll do, excuse me, I got the hiccups. What we'll do is we'll go into tabletop. We'll go into down dog. I'll walk you through it. Back to tabletop, and then we'll come down and do like 3 of those, and then back into child's pose. So I'll make a little sequence of
Okay.
doing that. Do your wrists feel okay? Let's just take a moment and just kind of stretch the wrist. It's a lot of wrist work today. Yeah, so now we like kind of broke everything down. Now we'll like bring a little flow of that. And that should feel pretty good today. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Game on?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're in tabletop. Let's curl our toes under. We're gonna go into downward facing dog. So press back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here. You can bend one knee if you want, and then bend the other knee and straighten the other one. Come back down, hands and knees. And then we're gonna come like down. So you can bring your hands a little bit more forward. And then like we're gonna come down into a reverse push-up. So we're gonna slowly come down. So this helps really strengthen the arms as you come down. Bring your shoulders up, back and down. And let's do 3. Lifting up. On the back bend and cobra. This is like a mini cobra. Come back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring your hands to your head, like stack them like a pillow. Right cheek onto your hands as a pillow. And just take a moment here. This also stretches the neck. Good. Release that pose. Going to press back into child's pose. So go ahead and press on back. So the arms are extended. Oh, let out a sigh if that needs to happen. Walk your hands over to the right. So your arms, your hands, they're all moving to the right in extended child's pose. Back to middle. Over to the left. Nice side stretch. Back to middle. Press up into tabletop. We're going to do one more set of those cobras. Bring the hands out a little bit further away from your body so you can begin to come down slowly. That takes a lot of arm strength. Hands are by your side. Forehead to floor. Inhale, lift up slightly. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Hold for a moment. Not your breath, just the pose. And then exhale down. Good. And then find a way you can just roll over onto your back, however you want to get there. Just roll onto your back. I don't really know how to transition out of that one so gracefully. Good. Let's take a moment. Nice. And then go ahead and let's bring our knees up to our chest and let the arms come out on either side. And Cat's trying to be playful. Bring your knees over to the right. Just let the knees rest down on the earth in a twist. That feels really good after doing a lot of that strengthening. You can let your right hand kind of press on top of the left knee. Get a good twist there. Come back to center. And then drop your knees over to the left side. Let that right shoulder stay out in a T position to get a stretch in the shoulder. That twisting action is so good on the spine, opening space in the vertebra. Come back to center. Let your knees be like at that 90-degree angle. Let your hands come on top of the knees, and then we're going to just create a circle with the knees. So like we were doing earlier with our torso, we're just going to do that with our knees. Not only does that massage the lower back, but it strengthens the abdominals. So just in one direction. Feeling that nice. And then keeping your hands where they are, just rocking from side to side a little bit. That really is a great way to massage the lower back. Good. Now we're going to bring our left leg down and we're going to do half happy baby pose. So if you haven't done this pose before, you might want to watch for a moment. If you have, then just follow my voice. We're going to have our right knee. So like bend our right knee like we're doing a lunge if we were um, standing, and then you're going to take the outside of that right knee. So the outside of the right, like I'm the outside of the right foot. Yes, that's it. Bend that knee. So can you see what it's? So it's like, you know, when you're the babies, they kind of like hold their feet when they're in their crib and they're able to like do this very naturally, where we have to put some effort into it. Yeah. So that feels really nice. Opening the hips, getting a good stretch. Yeah, perfect. Great work.
Thank you.
And go ahead and release that. Let that leg get nice and long and meet the other foot. And then let's bring up the other. Let's bring up the left side. Might take you a little bit to grab onto that foot. If you can't, you can grab onto your knee or your shin. And press down. Feeling that nice freedom, baby freedom. Good. And then go ahead and bring both knees back to that 90 degree. We're going to do one last twist. So having your arms out in that T position and dropping your knees to the right. Letting them hang there a minute, letting the shoulder open. Bringing the knees back to center, over to the left. Good. Coming back to center. And now planting your feet down with the knees still up, or bent, I should say. Remember last time we did those little pelvic lifts, right? So let's do a couple more of those, because that's really great for just massaging the spine and opening the spine. So place your hands down by the sides, palms face down. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat. And then lift the pelvis up just a bit. So lifting the pelvis up, keeping the chin towards the chest, and then exhale one vertebra at a time. Slowly, slowly, slowly come down. See if you can let the tailbone touch a bit. And then let's lift back up. Exhale. Slowly, with great intention, feeling as much of the spine as you can. Last one, lift up. Chin to chest. See if you can take this one any bit higher. And one vertebra at a time, slowly coming down. Let the legs be long. Let the arms come up overhead for complete extension. And feel the arms moving away from your body and feeling the feet moving away from the body to create as much space in the spine as you can. And almost like you're climbing the ladder. It's what you can do with your hands, like you're climbing that ladder.
Every day. That's, you know, we've got to make sure. So I say.
Good. And then slowly, slowly, slowly coming back down. Nice. And now we can prepare for the relaxation part of our program. And just being able to relax into what's called Shavasana. Perhaps you have an animal near you. that feels your energy. And so now it's an opportunity for your whole body just to relax. Just feeling the weight of the earth, feeling the backs of your heels touching the floor, your calves, your glutes, allowing the spine to connect with the earth, feeling its fullest support. The shoulders soften. Let the jaw part a bit to create space. Allowing your whole body to relax. Allowing the palms to be face up to receive whatever you may need today. True radiance, our beauty, finding the joy and positivity in our day today, choosing to see the glass half full, choosing to find the joy in the little things, choosing to see the beauty in each other. Hmm. And you can choose to stay here if you want, or whatever position feels best for you. Ah, well,
That was
thank
awesome. Thank you
you.
so much.
You are welcome so much.
You're such a good teacher.
Aw,
It's so easy to follow your instructions, and your voice is so soothing and encouraging, and just thank you so much.
aw, thank you. Sorry for the little technical difficulties, but we made it through. And I'll be here next time. So think of maybe if you're joining class, what you might need, and then like I can try to, curtail it to what you want.
I appreciate that so much, and I'm gonna do my homework.
Okay, have a great day.
I hope you do too. Bye.
Okay, bye.